Now, I really want to spend some time on this because I think it's very important and very applicable. Don't think that your time on Facebook, your time playing video games, your time watching TV, your time watching sports, don't think that it's not an idol, because it's an idol, and I've seen too much of it in the church. Where's our passion for the Lord? Where's our drive for the Lord? But we have a passion for these things. Why is it that it's so easy to find comfort and relaxation watching TV, but your time with the Lord is a chore? Why is it that it's easy to spend hours on a video game or watching TV, but your time with the Lord is always bare minimum? So why is it that we can anticipate the next TV show, the next video game, but our time with the Lord is just an objective to get out of the way and move on to the next thing? Why is it that we ignore this problem? Where's our passion for the Lord? Why is it that churches seem full of people that are depressed and somber and purposeless in their lives? I want to go to Hebrews chapter 12. I think I have it marked here. So in Hebrews chapter 11, just before chapter 12, it's what we call the Hall of Faith, where there's a lot of characters of faith from the Old Testament that he goes through in the works they did of faith. And then starting in chapter 12, he speaks of them, and he says in verse 1, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses," okay, so all of these people of faith who went before us, he's saying it's like we're surrounded by them. It's like we're being watched by them. And they are people of faith. They're people who showed their faith. He says, since we're surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. You see, I don't think we see our Christian lives as running a race. I don't think we've set objectives. I don't think we have goals. We need to set objectives. What are our objectives? What are our goals? What are we moving forward towards in our Christian lives? It's not only the ministers, the full-time pastors and teachers that should be moving forward and setting goals for their Christian life. All our goals tend to be worldly, promotions and moving forward and taking care of our families and houses and cars. All of these things are worldly and materialistic. We need to set goals of faith. What are we moving forward towards? But once we have those goals, how do we expect to move forward toward them when we're burdened down with weights? As he says there, let us lay aside every weight and sin. Let's lay aside those things that hold us back, those things that have become idols in our lives and suck away our passion. So once you've spent some time with the Lord, you've gotten some convictions and some goals to move forward towards, but you find yourself unable to move forward. I bet if you examine closely, you'll see there are things holding you back. There are weights in your life. You may not see them directly as sins, but I'm sure you'll see them as weights, and they will probably reveal themselves as idols. And you need to tear those things down. Those things are holding you back. They're holding you from moving forward. We can't expect to run a race with a large backpack on. We can't expect to bring all of our worldly desires and all of our comforts on a race of faith. Whatever it is the Lord has set for you, You're going to have to lay aside the things you're so attached to. There's no comfortable faith. There's no easy faith. Faith has a price. Faith has a cost in our lives. And it starts with this: tearing down your idols, tearing out those things that hold you back. You know, after I had torn down the big idol in my life those years ago, I must admit, it wasn't instantaneous passion for the Lord and instantaneous moving forward. It took a bit of time to adjust. It took a bit of time to settle in, sort of like a smoker or a drug addict coming off of drugs or nicotine. How the body has to settle in, the body has to adjust, and there's a period of time of discomfort. And so you have to break through that period of time in tearing down your idol. So you have to give it time to settle in and not just think, oh, nothing happened immediately. I haven't gotten passion and I haven't started moving forward immediately. You have to give those things time to settle in. But then a few years down the road, when my life was very different, I look back at those times with video games and TV, and I'm angry and upset with myself at how I let it destroy so much of the time that I can't get back. And it was so empty, so meaningless. God gives us time on earth, and we have things to do. So let's read now verse 2 here in Hebrews chapter 12. Looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Here in this translation it says, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Okay, so here's our ultimate example, our Savior, who went to the cross for us. This is the one we're supposed to follow. How do we look to those witnesses of faith, that great cloud of witnesses, those people who went before us? How do we look sitting on our couches, watching TV, peeking at our phone every 5 minutes? How does that fit into our story of faith? How does that fit into looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross? He went to the cross. He went to the cross for the joy of the work that he was accomplishing on earth. There's work to be done, and we've done enough sitting around. It's about time we move forward.